So Joel Embiid came out and questioned whether there is pressure on him to win a championship or not, or why, as a non-MVP, non-All-NBA first team guy, there is so much pressure on him to win the ring, but he doesn't hear the same energy for MVPs or former MVPs and All-NBA players and all that stuff. And while there is some validity to what he's saying, Joel Embiid, like you are a top five player when it comes to pressure on his shoulders to win the ring. Why? Because everybody knows how great you are, regardless of the accolades. This may be the year you get your first MVP. You've been runner up for 2 years straight, and you've been dropping 30 2 years straight. It's time to show something for it. The process, as JJ already explained it out, the process has been a 10-year thing, and before they actually started the process, the Sixers were able to make the second round. You have yet to elevate the Sixers above that goal of the second round. So now that you have a good roster that makes sense on offense and defense, I would argue for the first time in your career, it is time to actually deliver if you're that great. But let's talk about the guys who have more pressure on their shoulders or should have more pressure on their shoulder to deliver a championship this year. Number one, Nikola Jokic, and I believe there's no argument that he should be the number one. Why? Two times MVP, maybe three. And in my opinion, when you give a man three times or even twice the MVPs in a row, you are sending a message to the league saying that this guy is by far the best player in the world. And if that's the case, you need to show for it. You have an healthy roster this time. You've been first seed basically all year. It's time to show that you're able to take the Nuggets to the promised land, that you're not overrated. Number two, I got Kawhi Leonard. And I know Paul George got injured and all that, but we just got to look at his tenure on the Clippers. So if this man was LeBron James, people would be screaming that he ruined the Clippers. Why? Because when he joined them, he got them to trade away the future, and in their future there was a Shea that's killing it for Paul George, or it would not come. He got what he wanted. They went and got Morris. They went and got Powell. They went and got Batum. They went and got Zubac. They went and got even Westbrook for what it's worth. Like, and you have to remember the narrative that surrounded the Clippers. The first year he got there, it was yeah, Kawhi Leonard is the best player in the game. They got the best wing defending duo since Mike and Scotty. The deepest team, a bunch of dogs, and what do they have to show for it? Nothing. They choked in the bubble. They went to the conference finals for the first time in their history, but they still lost. And that's it. So at some point, you're gonna have to do something in the playoffs for the Clippers, or it's gonna be time to lay off him, in my opinion. So number two, I got Kawhi. Number three, I got JT, Jason Tatum. Why? Because the Celtics have shown last year that they were able to get to the finals, and had he played better last year, I believe they would have won their first ring. I mean, the 18th banner, but the first ring of that era of the Celtics. So, and also just because of his play as of recently, with the ascension of Jaylen Brown and him not playing well, I also remember Jaylen Brown outplaying him in the finals. You're gonna have to show and prove that he is indeed the centerpiece for the Celtics. The Celtics are betting everything on him, regardless of how the game goes. He's the one that gets the last shot and everything. It's time to perform. The team is even better. I know they lost Ime, but they addressed some of their playmaking issues. They're shooting the life out of the three. They can still defend. They got Brogdon added to the roster. Like it's time to handle business. Number three. Number four, I got KD. KD would be higher if it wasn't for his injury. Because he might come back and just go straight into the playoffs with like 5 to 10 games under his belt with his new squad. So as far as chemistry is just not a lot. But it's still a lot of pressure in my opinion. You got traded to the first seed of last year in the West. If everybody's healthy, you got four very competent players. The best starting five in the game, in my opinion, when everybody is healthy. So you have to show something for it, and you have to also prove that what happened in Brooklyn was just because of Brooklyn and not because of you. And we may be able to overlook what you did in the first round last year if you can go out there and take care of business. So yeah, number four, I got KD, and at number five, I would have Joel Embiid for the reasons I stated in the beginning of the video. So that's my top five. So I appreciate you guys for checking me out. So what I need you to do is get in the comment section, tell me what you think. Do you agree with the list? Do you disagree? Why? And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.